Warning, the following podcast contains adult language, themes, and situations. Also, the film we're about to talk about is going to be spoiled thoroughly. Listener discretion is advised. Enjoy this show.
Before Indecent Proposal, there was another film with basically the exact same premise of a man losing big in Las Vegas and a smooth-talking rich guy becoming so infatuated with his girlfriend that he offers to pay his gambling debts if he can only spend some time with her. While Indecent Proposal enjoyed the success of being the 6th highest-grossing film of 1993, despite being hated by critics, this Golden Globe-nominated Nicolas Cage film barely made back its budget and is objectively a much better film. So come along with us as we watch the lighthearted rom-com that's only dark as hell if you stop and think about it for a few seconds, Honeymoon in Vegas.
Okay, let's run.
I'm like a prickly pear.
What do you say we cut the chit-chat? A-hole! Porker, how'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? Hey, have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beat until you pissed blood?
Welcome to One Cage at a Time, the show where we break down every single Nicolas Cage movie, one film at a time. Here are your hosts, Patrick, Vince, and Nigel.
Jack Singer promised his mom on her deathbed that he'd never get married, but rather than lose the love of his life, he reluctantly agrees to marrying her. Unfortunately, things take a turn when a rich gambler becomes infatuated with Jack's soon-to-be wife, and he agrees to forgive a $65,000 gambling debt in exchange for spending the weekend with her.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your stars.
Honeymoon in Vegas stars the late, great Coppola family friend and screen legend James Caan, and father of Scott Caan, a favorite on the show.
That's his crowning achievement.
A Happy Days star who is best known for his role as Mr. Miyagi in the Karate Kid series, Pat Morita. The monster from Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein, and countless other legendary performances, Peter Boyle. Golden Globe and Emmy Award-winning Sex and the City star, Sarah Jessica Parker. And, of course, the man we all dream about putting a ring on our fingers if he would only stop dreaming about his mom naked, Academy Award-winning actor who is a striking figure himself, Nicolas Kim Coppola, better known as Nicolas Cage.
It's time to go over some of the finer details.
Honeymoon in Vegas was released on August 28th, 1992, with a budget of $25 million, which is surprisingly high for a film that's kind of small, but also like moves around a lot and has some pretty big set pieces, like the entire island of Kauai and Bally's Casino and whatever the hell that office was that he had in Manhattan.
Yeah.
But it only grossed $35 million. So barely made back its budget. As we've said many times on this show, Hollywood math, it didn't make a profit whatsoever because they probably spent more than $10 billion on marketing and distributing and all that kind of stuff. So basically a box office bomb. This was written and directed by Andrew Bergman, who we just talked about during our It Could Happen to You episode. Most of the same people worked on this film as It Could Happen to You, so you'll notice there's some familiar names in here. Bergman, as we said on our previous episode, It Could Happen to You, famously wrote Blazing Saddles for Mel Brooks, as well as the original Fletch with Chevy Chase, so he is capable of writing good comedy. I don't know what happened here. He has barely worked, however, since 1996's Striptease with Demi Moore. Since it got pretty hated on by the critics, and I guess he was just like, "Fuck this, I'm retiring." Though I saw, I saw an interview with him where he had a heart attack in 2001, and once he came out of it healthy, he was like, you know, what am I doing this for anymore? I've made my money. I'm just going to live a nice, quiet life with my family. And I guess after Striptease, he was broken. He must have been broken inside by the hate
I got
that
to
movie
be more
got.
naked for all of you guys. You're welcome. I'm retired.
Yeah, this is what you've been asking for.
What?
20 years you've been asking for this. Yeah, I mean, God love him for that. And I have watched Blazing Saddles about 9,000 times.
Yeah.
So he paid his dues with just that, and he never had to work again after that. This was shot by William A. Fraker, who must be cousins with the Fockers, I guess. I don't know. He's the clean version of the Fockers, the Frakers. He sadly passed in 2010 after a long career as a cinematographer. Might be responsible for the most iconic car chase in movie history, from Bullet, Steve McQueen, which is like Michael Bay needs to watch that fucking car chase on repeat so he can learn a few things. Not that shaky ass shit from The Rock. Like the Bullet car chase scene is incredible. And was almost shot completely without permits. They just fucking set up in San Francisco and started driving around.
Damn.
Asking, wanted to ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah.
But Fraker also filmed such household names as Rosemary's Baby, War Games, and Tombstone with our pal Panos Cosmatos' dad, George Cosmatos, in the early 90s, which I just rewatched because I went to Tombstone and holds up. See how Panos Cosmatos is able to make his weird ass movies because his dad made a lot of money off of that movie.
Nepotism. But this one, good time.
Yeah. Edited by Barry Malkin. Like we said in our It Could Happen to You episode, he edited The Godfather 2 and 3. Worked with Coppola a ton, I think like 11 times or something like that. Including on Rumblefish and The Cotton Club. So we'll be talking about him again relatively soon. I don't know when we're going to get to those films, but. And then music, of course, by Randy Newman's brother, David Newman, who we talked about on our Firebirds episode, has had a huge career that definitely rivals his brother's, that nobody really talks about, which is kind of crazy. Just a few highlights again. The Brave Little Toaster, one of my favorites. Throw Mama from the Train. Bill and Ted 1 and 2. The Sandlot. Coneheads. Tommy Boy. The list just goes on and on.
So I looked it up because I was like, was that the guy who's Randy Newman's brother? He's Randy Newman's cousin. He's not his brother. Yeah. Because I looked it up last night and it saw that his siblings were not listed as Randy Newman.
Oh,
and then I just looked it up again to
cousin.
It's like David Newman brother, and like he's the older brother of Thomas and Maria Newman, and he's the cousin of Randy Newman.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So
well, maybe that's why they don't get talked about as like a power duo of some sort.
Yeah.
Because they're, it's kind of like if you were to combine Nick Cage and Jason Schwartzman or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. They do their own thing.
We'll be talking about David Newman again next season in a movie that I've been dreading having to talk about for several reasons. Army of One. God, I've been dreading that movie for so many different reasons. Anyways, ratings. This has a 65% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.1 out of 10 on 37 reviews, which feels a little high in my opinion. I looked it up, an Indecent Proposal, which is basically the same fucking movie, but is actually based on a book from 1988. So I kind of wonder if maybe this was like a studio war thing where they tried to get ahead of Indecent Proposal and put out this.
They lost the rights of the bidding war to get that book. And then so they just made their own,
just
great value
made their
version.
own. Yeah, it's a great value version. But this has a 65%, and Indecent Proposal, I think, has like a 31% or something like that. That movie's absolutely hated by critics, but loved by audiences. Whereas this movie is loved by critics and hated by audiences. So a little yin yang between those two. Weird. Audience score is 35%.
Oh, God.
Which is really bad. Really bad. Yeah, that seems...
I think it's way too harsh.
A little harsh. I will say it's not a great movie, but it's not 35% bad. I don't know, at least in my opinion. The Metacritic score is 63%. So going back to the critics, they really love this movie for some reason. I don't know.
James Caan. I don't know.
I mean, I don't really get it. Maybe there's layers to this that we missed. I don't know. Letterboxd gave it 3 out of 5, which is one of the higher scores that we've had. So the audience there is different than the Rotten Tomatoes audience. I don't know. It's kind of baffling, all of these scores. IMDb is a 5.9 out of 10, which is pretty close to what the Rotten Tomatoes critic score was. So all over the map on audience. 35%, 3 out of 5, and basically a 6 out of 10 from the 3 different audience polls that we took here.
Interesting. Yeah.
And then the cinema score was a B+, which is not good. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this movie was sold as a lot funner and more, I don't know. I think the idea rubs a lot of people the wrong way. I know when I was a kid, I didn't think much of it, but when I watch it as an adult, I'm like, Jesus Christ. It was like, she was with this dude for like 24 hours and was ready to throw her fiance away.
Yeah.
Like, he's got money. All right.
It falls apart in the third act pretty fast.
How about a Coppola quick facts?
I barely have any quick facts here. Weirdly, couldn't find a whole lot of like behind the scenes information on this movie. I don't know why. So I just kind of pulled a couple things that are interesting tidbits, in my opinion. This one, there's a fucking character in this movie named Johnny Sandwich. And he's referred to as Sandwich throughout the whole goddamn thing. Apparently, there's a reasoning behind it. Johnny Williams, whose character is named Johnny Sandwich, also played a character named Johnny Roast Beef in Goodfellas. And this is an homage to that.
Oh, that's great.
But in Goodfellas, it kind of makes sense because he's like a side character who doesn't really have any lines, and they just kind of called him that. But at the same time, it's like, they're a bunch of gangsters hanging out with each other, and they just make stupid nicknames for each other.
Yeah.
Johnny Roast Beef. I guess that's worse. If James Caan would have been like, "Hey, roast beef, get over here," it would have been even worse than Sandwich. But yeah, fucking Johnny Sandwich. Jack Singer's detective agency, or whatever the fuck he does for a living. It's like he's a private eye, but like, I don't know. He's terrible at it, as we'll get into. His detective agency is actually on the same floor of the same building as that of Max Bialystok in The Producers. The door to Max's office is shown in one scene in the hall, and Jack is just down the hall and to the right. So shot it in the same building in Manhattan.
All right.
Or it might be on the other side, might be in Brooklyn, but I believe the whole thing is supposed to take place in Manhattan.
Yeah, I thought that was set. I didn't realize they were actually on location.
They were on location, yeah. It does kind of look the same. If you go back and look at clips from The Producers, it looks like the same building at least. And then the only other quick fact I felt like pulling was it was once reported that the idea for Peter Boyle's character of Chief Orman was directly based on Marlon Brando. And I had read something where I think Andrew Bergman had said, like, I had worked with Brando and this is kind of how he was. He was just kind of like would randomly bring up weird things and then he would just start belting out a show tune or some shit. Dressed like a crazy person, would ask if you were attracted to him, stuff like that. But on Gilbert Gottfried's amazing colossal podcast that he did, writer-director Andrew Bergman denied that the character of Chief Orman was based on Marlon Brando, and instead said that he originally wanted Raymond Burr for the role because he loved the oddball casting of putting Raymond Burr, who is not a comedic actor at all, into a comedic role. But he said after 10 minutes on the phone, he could tell Burr had no sense of humor whatsoever for the role. Must have been the same as when they called up De Niro and was like, "You the guys who made Birdie?" Fuck that.
I wonder if that's why they had the Perry Mason reference in the movie.
It would have been really funny to see him in that role. Just imagine him saying, "Do you find Chief Orman attractive?"
It's time for the main event. Here comes the breakdown. Act 1, the setup.
Our love triangle between three terrible people begins in a hospital where we see Cage's character Jack Singer by his mother's side on her deathbed in 1987 New York. His mom is more overbearing and obnoxious than Johnny and Ronnie Camerari's mom in Moonstruck, and her last words to her son are to tell him to never get married since no one can love him the way she did. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great setup.
Anyway, with that slightly incestuous line, we set up the entire premise of the film, and we watch Jack's smothering mother die after she almost breaks his hand and gets a wide-eyed, creepy look on her face while telling him to never marry, to which he agrees since he's hoping it'll save her from passing on to the great rigatoni in the sky or whatever.
God damn it, dude.
It reminded me of the look that he gives in Vampire's Kiss with that crazy, crazy face that she makes. He must have just been like, "Do this."
Maybe that's Peter Lowe's mom and explains some stuff about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Peter Lowe's mom. Then, as was 90s tradition, and if you have anybody from the Newman family, I guess, doing your film, we watch a 2.5 minute long animated opening credit sequence in the style of the Pink Panther or something, of an animated version of Jack getting rained on by a cloud with his dead mom inside of it, while he continually tries and fails to get to a bride on the top of the wedding cake.
I'm so glad George Lucas said "fuck you guys" and didn't do opening credits back in the 70s, and then eventually it became commonplace. So we don't have to sit through opening credits with every movie.
Yeah. I always think of like Breaking Bad as like one of the first times where I was like, wow, there is no opening credit sequence to this show. It's just gets right to it. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that more people are doing that now. Anyway, it really sets the tone for this lighthearted comedy about a dude with a crippling gambling addiction, his fiance who basically throws him to the curb after a guy wines and dines her for 2 days, and an old mobster who may or may not have beaten his former wife to death. She fell down some cancer stairs. Got the skin cancer. A lot of bruising.
She looked like a leather bag. Get her out of here.
Anyway, eventually the actual movie starts 4 years later. Well, at least that's what the caption reads. Although that opening sequence did seem to take a really long time. Mm-hmm. We see that Jack is a private investigator who is absolutely terrible at being inconspicuous. And we see him taking pictures of a lady making out with a cable guy with like fake mustache and shit. Next, we see him reading the New York Post, which is a nice little call forward to Andrew Bergman's next film, It Could Happen to You, where we just have nonstop references to that absolute rag. And we see Nick lower his New York Post, revealing a somehow more ridiculous mustache than the one he had in Deadfall. Which reminded me of that one in Face Off. Like, it's just the fakest looking fucking mustache ever. In narration, he says all these people he's tracking down for their spouses only confirm what his mom said about marriage being a disaster waiting to happen. I always love it when there's like one section of the movie with some narration and nowhere else in the whole film. Just kind of like, what? Did you add this in post? Because it doesn't feel like it fits. Next, we see character actor Robert Costanzo, another one of those guys who just showed up in everything back then, explaining that his frumpy, mousy, Dorito-loving wife is cheating on him with heavyweight champion Mike Tyson. but Jack thinks he's smacked out of his head. The guy gets mad when Jack doesn't believe him, but Jack offers to follow a coworker around that the guys in the plant say that she's with rather than Mike Tyson. Clearly, this guy's like trying to throw him off the scent by saying it's Mike Tyson. I don't know. All of this helps to set up the comedy style of the film, which I think can be best described as comedy for middle-aged housewives.
Like Sex in the City.
Yeah, kind of. Or it could happen to you. I feel like it was kind of the same tone.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
this is the same guy who made Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little harsh to Sex in the City, but I just because Sarah Jessica Parker's in this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong there, Nigel.
I mean,
I think
was
Sex in the
never a
City is
fan.
a little bit better than this movie, but
I will say that show is definitely not aimed at our demographic.
right.
Middle-aged housewives. The good old pre-face tattoo, pre-ear biting off, pre-convicted rapist Mike Tyson era. Though they must have been freaking out because this was definitely filmed before he was arrested, and he was convicted like 6 months before the film actually came out. Had to go to jail for a little while. Everybody kind of forgets that he raped somebody.
Allegedly.
After the guy storms off, Jack says he has an amazing story to tell. Boy, does he. About he and his girlfriend Betsy, who is played by a horse-faced donkey witch. Sorry. Sarah Jessica Parker gets a lot of unnecessary hate and is probably one of the best things in this movie, even if she is a bit of a butterface. Get her off her back. It's not like she married a murderer or anything. Quick fact, she's married to Matthew Broderick, who's kind of sort of killed two people by driving down the wrong side of the road in Ireland in 1987. But it's a gray area there. He was with Jennifer Grey at the time.
Oh my God, this is so many layers.
Jesus.
Yeah. Look it up. It's a fun, harrowing story. It's so funny because I think it was like 2016, 2017, something like that. He starred in a Super Bowl ad for a car company. And the victims who never got, any kind of like money back for him murdering their family. It was like a mom and her daughter, they were like, maybe he's not the right person to put in a car ad. His driving skills are suspect.
Look, he can't see over the steering wheel. It's not his fault, okay? He's a small guy.
I guess Jennifer Grey was almost paralyzed in that accident too. By the way.
Holy shit.
He was the only one who was fine. I don't know if he was drunk or what, but you know how you go slack when you're drunk. But
God damn it. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
In more ways than one.
We cut to Betsy teaching second grade, which is the movie's way of telling us that she has a heart of gold. Jack shows up to the place because she's a second grade kindergarten teacher, second grade teacher, whatever.
English too, bro.
English teacher.
English teachers are always knocked up.
Okay. Just have to take your word for that.
Listen, I've been on 4chan. I've seen the post.
Say it's a meme. Look it up. It's a May.
It's a May. Anyways, Jack shows up to the playground full of children while still sporting the pedo stash, and she rips it off of his face before he can offer the kids some candy or something. We see them walking through New York with her holding a baguette, which is mandatory cliche movie prop that every fucking movie uses, including Vampire's Kiss, which is, I think is hilarious that movie used it.
Not just that, but then he walked past a bakery full of baguettes in this scene.
They argue about marriage being terrible since some kid in her class had his dad leave his mom, but she says that's his mother talking. He says he dreamt about her again last night, and Betsy asks if she was naked. Dude, what the fuck is the story with him and his mom? What the hell? He says, hey, I only had one dream about her when she was naked. She was vacuuming. It wasn't sexual. It was about cleanliness. Yeah, right. Definitely woke up with a half chub after that. We cut to Jack narrating over he and his buddies playing poker and says, it's like the cheese. It's maybe the second cheesiest line in the whole fucking movie. She's so great. When I play poker, she helps with the food, and it's funny with the guys. And then she makes a stupid as hell joke about Jack having kings in his hand, and he says, "Isn't she the best?" to his friends, who probably all want to kill them both. Look how happy they are together. There's no way one trip to Kauai could possibly make her fall in love with a guy twice her age. Skank. He says occasionally she joins him on tail jobs, and we see Jack dressed as a racist stereotype in front of a hotel while she stands 2 inches away from him. And tail jobs is code for grinder hookups. Jack stares at the guy he's tailing as conspicuously as possible while Betsy does the same thing, and she yells, "That's him, that fat pig," about as loud as possible while they stand about 3 feet away from the fucking guy. But that guy has fresh beaver on the brain, so he never notices the 2 whitest people on Earth hawking fake Rolexes in front of a 5-star hotel.
It's New York.
Yeah, I guess.
It's background noise.
They tail Lex Luthor and his side chick, and Betsy says it's hard being inconspicuous, to which he says, "You're much too beautiful for this work. Me, I'm every man." And he stops in place and takes several photos of the guy right out in the open like he's some sort of fucking master at this shit. And we watched a Telly Savalas lookalike make out with a girl while our boy says, "I'm going to Kojak it to these later." Because Telly Savalas.
God damn it.
We Star Wars wipe for some reason to Jack and Betsy in bed, where she says, "Jack, stop it with your mother already." Since I'm guessing he can only get it up when he pictures her. I don't know what the fuck was going on there either, dude. Jesus Christ.
Mama said we can't make love until we're married.
She suggests he go see a shrink, but he says it's too much money and that he prefers to work it out himself, and asks if she can wait for him to figure it out. She says, "Of course I'll wait for you." And we cut to a year later where we find out Betsy is a fucking liar because she's ready to move on since Jack won't marry her. "I'll wait for you forever. Jack, I think we should split up." He says she was finding excuses not to come over, so I guess he can't even commit to living with her. They never lived together. Yeah. They still don't at the end. Like,
they're traditional.
Yes. I mean, once you get into a rent-controlled situation in New York, you just keep both apartments. We see Jack with his bookie, who seems to be his only friend outside of his poker buddies that we never see again. And we reinforce that Jack is a degenerate gambler, which comes into play later here shortly. And then throughout the rest of the film. But he can't afford a psychiatrist. Jack pays his bookie $50 he owes him for a football game as they walk through Little Italy for some reason. And the guy who probably breaks people's fingers when they don't pay up says that Jack loves Betsy, so he should marry her. He's also a dentist.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And he runs his booking agency or whatever they call it from his dentist chair. Basically.
Yeah. He's in debt to Tommy Corman. What do you think about that? Oh, and Johnny Sandwich is his friend. I guess they were in Little Italy because of this next scene, because they are eating at an Italian restaurant. I don't know, dude. Just walk around Little Italy. Because they're Italian, they got to walk around Little Italy? I don't know. I know Sarah Jessica Parker's character lives up near what is Greenwich Village? Because that's where her character lived in Sex and the City. I had to go a long ways for that. At an Italian restaurant, Betsy gives Jack an ultimatum saying they have to go on to the next step or she's going to move on with her life because she wants kids and a family. We cut to them in a car at a stoplight in the pouring rain, and he says, I like rain. And she's like, I like rain too. Wait, no, that's something else. Now he blurts out, let's get married tomorrow, and that they should fly to Las Vegas and just do it. He's been working up the nerve. Because I guess he thinks his life will end if he gets married. I don't know what the fuck.
He promises
mom will come out of the grave and
Yeah, he promised mama.
He promised Ma. Ma!
There's a weird fucking cat over here. Looks like grandma.
We haven't finished watching Fallout, but when that episode came out, when it revealed that he was the guy in have you guys seen Fallout?
I know. That's the same thing I thought.
Yeah, I was laughing, and then Amber's like, why are you laughing? I'm like, it's the weird fucking cat guy.
Ma, there's a weird fucking dude looking at me. He's trying to take my armor.
Betsy's over the moon and they make out while half of New York honks at these assholes stopped at a green light.
Right, he gets shot.
A little Italy. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Get out of the fucking way.
I guess this was the 90s. New York was on the upswing from the crime wave at that point.
True.
So.
He says he wishes he would have suggested City Hall rather than Vegas since the story would have stopped there, but we cut to see the bright lights of the Vegas Strip. I see a guy in a red suit driving a dude around for 90 minutes after this. Call back to a movie nobody's seen. A stretched limo pulls up at the hotel, and we see James Caan's character, Tommy Corman, arrive at Bowley's with some fat Italian stereotype in a tracksuit. We see that the hotel is overrun with Elvis impersonators, and we see Tony Shalhoub greet Tommy and his frumpy driver. This is before Tommy Shalhoub got Wings and Monk and all that stuff.
Boy,
Buddy.
I hope they don't run that Elvis joke into the ground.
Nah, no way. Buddy, the hotel manager, just reminds him of his son in Elf. It's Buddy. That's why he hates him so much. Buddy, the hotel manager, explains that the president of Brazil is in the suite Tommy usually stays in. So Tommy grabs him by the nuts and tells him to kick the guy out, which he does, since I guess Tommy blows a lot of money in this place. I don't know. I don't really get that.
I think
because he's a high roller.
That or he'll have him castrated, I guess.
I guess.
Tommy's pretty dark.
Mm-hmm. Also, we find out Tommy's henchman is named Johnny Sandwich. Yeah, that's right. Johnny Sandwich. Betsy and Jack arrive in Vegas, and we see Betsy win at a slot machine 5 seconds after arriving, since she has all the luck and Jack apparently has none. At the pool, Tommy treats a guy like shit for trying to help him and Sandwich stay out of the sun. And we find out that Tommy's wife died of skin cancer from laying in the sun too long. Oh, and that she looks exactly like Sarah Jessica Parker. Just slightly baked. She's been left on broil for a while.
Slightly leathery.
Well, she looks like Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and the City.
Yeah, exactly. Jack and Betsy arrive at Bally's while they admire some racist Elvis impersonators. I don't know if you guys caught that conversation. Something about the cab driver.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
They don't speak English. Just give him a tip.
Yeah. And we watched the two of them who were having problems with their relationship 2 days ago make out every second for the next 3 scenes. They were about to break up, and now they're just all over each other because he agreed to marry her finally. Tommy and Sandwich bump into Evander Holyfield for some fucking reason, and Tommy spots Betsy and is shocked since she's his dead wife's long-lost twin. Kind of a weird coincidence that Tyson and Holyfield appear in this movie 4 years before that that fateful fight.
Yeah.
Bit off his fucking ear. I don't know where. I feel like that was at the MGM, but maybe they had a sponsorship with Bally's. I don't know. That's why they're in this movie.
Yeah, something.
I have no idea. Jack and Betsy continue to try and make us sick by kissing every second. And Jack yells to the receptionist, "Yo-ho, can I get a room?" As you do. Tommy says seeing Betsy is God giving him a second chance. And we cut to Jack and Betsy arriving with like 20 suitcases for their 2-day trip to Las Vegas. And we also see that they're staying in the Alibaba suite. I'm going to leave that one alone. Just move past it. Like the Elvis impersonators. Jack says he got a deal with the huge, luxurious room with a fucking elephant tusk in it, and it only cost him $120 a night, which I call bullshit.
Yeah. He's lying
no
to her,
fucking
I
way.
think.
You think he might have been lying about money at that point too?
I feel like it, yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels like he's just lying. He just put it on his credit card or something.
Yeah. There's no way.
Yeah.
No fucking way. Even if you extrapolate that out from 1992 money to now, it's like there's no fucking way it was that cheap.
Yeah.
We cut to them post-coitus, where Jack says he didn't realize he had such a beautiful round behind when he spotted in a mirror above the bed during the deed. And Betsy destroys his ego by saying it was probably her butt. Bitch. I've seen that butt. We've seen it in Matchstick Men.
But then again, how would you see your own butt?
Yeah. I mean, I turn around
yeah.
as I watch myself.
It's like, no,
I'm usually alone,
face.
though.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I know. She says it's 2:30 already, so they should probably get on with this whole marriage thing, but Jack seems to panic since if he gets married, he won't be able to bang his mom in his dreams anymore or whatever the fuck is going on. He suggests they get lunch, do some gambling, and then lets out a silent scream while trying to say, "Get married." Betsy tells Jack that she's extremely happy and that she loves him so, so much, which I'm sure won't change in the next 36 hours. We see a note slipped under the door at the Allah Akbar suite, inviting Jack to an exclusive poker game with the coach of the UNLV running Rebels. Why not? An Asian Elvis impersonator, frequent Cage collaborator Seymour Cassell, a.k.a. the guy who took Rosie Perez off of his hands and it could happen to you.
Thought so. Okay. I was like, this guy looks familiar.
And Sonny's dad's poker buddy.
Pretty
Tommy
sure that's
Corman.
the guy from that. One of the guy next to Tommy is from Return of the Living Dead, I think.
The bald guy?
Yeah, isn't he?
No, that's Jerry Tarkanian, the head coach of the UNLV running Rebels.
Oh yeah. All right. Never mind. He looks like the funeral director, the guy from Return of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah. No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
The mortuary.
Yeah. To my knowledge, Jerry Tarkanian has only ever shown up as himself in every movie that he's been in. He has shown up a lot. Apparently, deep cuts that has nothing to do with anything. Jerry Tarkanian was in negotiation to become the Lakers head coach when they drafted Magic Johnson back in the 80s, but then he was threatened by the mob because they didn't want him to leave Las Vegas. And he ended up coaching there for the rest of his career after that.
Oh, shit, dude.
Just crazy. Anyways, also Tommy Corman and, of course, a human named Johnny Sandwich, also in the poker game. Though he just eats and stands off in the corner, which is all he does in this whole movie. Jack promises Betsy that the poker game will be over by 6 and that he wants to get married in the most outrageous chapel they can find. Also, it's clear that he only wants to go to the card game to delay getting married once again, much to Betsy's annoyance. Pretty evident from the jump that Tommy just organized this game to bait Jack into losing enough money to be in debt to him, since Tommy laughs at every joke Jack tells and lets him borrow thousands to gamble with after he runs out of his initial $1,000 that the casino lent him. A quick fact, at the poker game staged by Tommy Corman, perhaps as an omen of bad things to come, Jack Singer wins with the dead man's hand, which is a pair of eights and aces, before losing $65,000 to Corman. Tommy is says he's a retired gambler, I guess. It's like he used to work in something, I don't know, vague, but he's basically a full-time gambler now. He's like a professional. And he spends a ton of time in Vegas, so he doesn't have to spend time with his idiot son, Scott.
Understandable.
And we watch Jack play a few hands, losing to Tommy. Oh, and for some reason, the Elvis impersonator makes a big deal of saying that he's out and leaves the table only to be in every hand afterwards. So I don't know if they shot that out of sequence and just were like, who cares? Nobody will ever analyze this stupid thing. Jack gets down to his last $20 and Tommy tells him that he'll lend him $1,000 so he doesn't leave Las Vegas with a bad feeling. We watch a little montage of the card sharks losing to Jack, and eventually he gets a straight flush, which is basically an impossible hand to beat. So he borrows $65,000 from Tommy, but he, of course, loses since this entire game was rigged. $65,000 in 1992. I don't even know what that would translate to today.
Let's see.
300
would be $144,300.
Yeah. Jack is shocked when Tommy has a straight flush to the queen, since that's fucking impossible. But Tommy comes up with a bright idea for giving the $65,000 if Tommy can spend 48 hours with Betsy. He comes clean that he spotted them earlier and thinks Betsy looks like his catcher's mitt of a dead wife. And Jack says, "We're getting married tonight," to which Tommy says, nah, not tonight. He promises all he wants is to spend time with her, to feel what it's like to be with his wife again, and that he'll be a perfect gentleman. Jack says she won't go for it, but Tommy uses the line all jock teens tell their girlfriends to get them to have sex. If she loves you, she'll agree to this.
Act 2. It's about time we had some conflict, wouldn't you say?
We see Jack looking miserable as he tracks down Betsy at the pool, and he struggles to find the words to tell her that he just pimped her out to that hot-tempered guy from The Godfather. They argue about the insane request while walking around a boxing match that seems to be happening between two guys in a spare conference room with like 12 spectators watching it. Pretty standard casino entertainment, I guess. Most casinos have lounge singers or tigers on display, but I guess Bally's has dudes beating the shit out of each other for the amusement of a few handful of people. They argue at full volume around the boxing match, and Jack screams, "I had a straight flush!" which he says is like unbeatable. To which she says, like unbeatable is not unbeatable. And he says, "Hey, I know that now!" in a kind of a sing-song, cagey voice.
Yeah.
This is where he really goes off the rails for the whole rest of the movie.
Yeah. Betsy says she hates Vegas now, but we watch as she slowly comes around to the idea, but says that she won't sleep with Tommy, and Jack says that that's not even a consideration. She looks around an arcade they've stumbled into and says, "Look at all these happily families here. I'm a whore, Jack. You've made me into a whore." Some kids think it's pretty funny. Jack tries to calm her down, saying he doesn't know what else to do, and she screams in front of a room full of 12-year-olds, "You brought me into Las Vegas and you made me into a whore, Jack." Jack says he'll figure something out, while very cagily saying, "This is nuts!" And he calls his bookie in New York, who I guess is also a dentist.
The hell?
Sally says he doesn't have $65,000 laying around since he got killed on a bet, and he says he knows who Tommy Corman is and not to mess with him. Sally says he should just take whatever alternative Tommy suggested and not ask questions, since Tommy is apparently a dangerous guy to mess with. Great. Just give him his girlfriend for a couple of days. Cut to Betsy on an awkward date with Tommy, watching another Asian Elvis impersonator, and we see Jack reluctantly leave his fiancée alone with a creep he barely knows and heads off to blow more money he doesn't have in the casino. And Jack kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Kind of a worst protagonist we've seen.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe
most
killing
unlikable.
Time. But
I don't think he was supposed to be a protagonist in that.
Yeah.
Maybe like a redemption arc, I guess, but not really.
Protagonist is just the main person driving the story. You don't have to be good.
Yeah.
True.
Betsy says the obvious to Tommy as soon as Jack leaves. That the card game was fixed, as it's basically impossible to lose with a straight flush, but Tommy swears that Jack lost fair and square. She says the odds of losing in a straight flush are something like 3 billion to 1, and Tommy thinks it's cute that she looked up the odds since she's a dumb woman who couldn't possibly have two thoughts rattling around in her stupid girl brain. He says he loved how Donna, his dead wife, used to investigate all the things he used to do, like buy cars or strangle hookers or whatever he's into.
God damn it.
She tells him she's a teacher and he's blown away since he probably thought she was a professional bonbon eater or something. She's got such a head for knowing. They enjoy some champagne while 6-year-old Bruno Mars performs on stage as Elvis. And Tommy tells Betsy about Donna dying slowly of skin cancer. Not even kidding. We looked it up, and it's actually young Bruno Mars on stage, goofily shaking around, singing, "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You." What?
Why?
Yeah. Apparently, his uncle is one of the Elvis impersonators and talked him into doing doing it. There. It's kind of funny though that he has a massive gambling addiction, and he's in a movie as a young kid about a guy who loses his lady to his gambling addiction.
Well, I mean, apparently he grew up in fucking Vegas.
Yeah.
Among Elvis impersonators, so it's not surprising. He probably spent his whole life in casinos.
Yeah.
Betsy seems to see a more tender side to the gangster her deadbeat fiance shacked her up with, and she asks if he has kids. And she tries her best not to look horrified when he pulls out a picture of Scott Conn with a faux hawk.
This? Okay.
She's like, oh, fuck.
That's your son? All right.
No, he says he has 2 kids, one of which she'll meet during the weekend since they're going to go meet them in Hawaii. Betsy's understandably shocked since she thought the whole weekend would be spent in Vegas. And we cut back to Jack losing an insane amount of money on a roulette table while coughing on a cigarette like a lunatic for some goddamn reason. While Evander Holyfield stops by his table and says, "Hey, old timer, are you feeling lucky?"
It's such a random ass moment.
What the hell?
Yeah. Jack says he's not, so I guess he ditches out on his chance to have sex with Evander Holyfield or whatever the hell was happening. Why is he just wandering around in the casino? And why does he call the guy the same age as him old timer? We have so many questions. Maybe he's there at the casino all the time, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, you paid to have him in the movie. He's going to be in the fucking movie, okay?
Yeah.
Why is he fucking just wandering around? Hey, old timer, you feeling lucky?
They maybe just found him while they were filming in Vegas and were like, "Hey, you want to come be in a scene?"
Hey, I know you owe Bally's some money. Can you be in our scene?
Yeah.
It's the champ. Hey, champ, remember me?
Could be something like Snake Eyes, where he's like paying off his debt by being in this movie.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, Jack spots Tommy and Betsy ending their date, with Betsy giving Tommy a big smile while he puts his hands on her shoulders and licks his lips a little. Jack catches up with her in an elevator, and she gleefully tells him they're going to Kauai. Jack freaks out in a very cagey manner back in their way too nice for a teacher and private detective hotel room, saying,
He's gonna jump all over you the second he gets there.
Oh, no, let him please, Jack. Give me a little credit.
He'll overcome you. I mean, what happens if you start screaming? It's like a jungle over there! He probably has servants and bodyguards, and believe me, they will drug you!
Really off the rails at this point.
Yeah. Betsy says Tommy's granddaughter will be there, so there's nothing to worry about, and he begs her to marry him tonight, and she yells that if he really wanted to marry her, he would have done that in the afternoon, and then eats a fake apple.
Yeah. What the fuck?
all in
Like,
one bite,
takes
you
a
know?
bite of it and then
Yeah.
drops it.
Oh, he eats a bagel. Yeah, weird
Yeah,
things
he
with food. Thought it was a joke about Sarah Jessica Parker, like a horse eating a whole apple.
God damn it.
I restrained myself.
I don't make those jokes because I've always had a crush on Sarah Jessica Parker. So.
I think she's very cute in this movie.
Yeah,
For
somehow.
most of the scenes, there's a couple scenes where I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
But like when she's running down the stairs, you know,
yeah. Or she's
this
in
is
that.
happening the whole time.
She's in the,
God damn it.
the
We're getting
showgirl outfit.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Her dying of cancer. Yeah.
definitely doesn't deserve to be this loser. He asks when she'll be back, and she tells him it'll probably take a week since it's a long flight back and forth to Hawaii, and he continues to absolutely lose his shit. Jack runs to Tommy's suite to try and stop him from whisking his fiancée off to one of the most romantic places on earth, but Sandwich, remember him, tells Jack that Tommy has already left, and we see that he and Betsy are getting into a limo. Betsy expresses her concern about jetting off to Hawaii with a complete stranger, but Tommy reassures her that the time apart from Jack will remind him how nuts he is for her, and he will appreciate her twice as much when she gets back. Jack runs off after the limo, but he's too late, and we cut to him wandering around Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas, where he watches the worst magic show ever from some guy named Frank Cadillac. Sorry, that was something else. Something that makes this movie look like a masterpiece.
It really does. Man.
Yeah. Jack drowns his sorrows by losing even more of he and Betsy's money, and he throws some change on the ground before saying, "I have to get out of here." We watch him run down the road before fading to Betsy and Tommy arriving in Kauai to his beautiful island home on the beach. Betsy is smitten by the gorgeous house in the most beautiful place she's ever seen, and we can see that inside her head she's thinking, well, I guess I could get used to tugging some old guy's junk for the rest of my life if I get to live in a lap of luxury in Hawaii.
God damn it.
Wouldn't we all?
100%.
Yeah, honestly, at this point.
We see him take a walk on the beach at sunset with Betsy, again marveling at how breathtaking it is there, before cutting back to Jack in New York looking at an obviously doctored photo of that one guy's homely wife with Mike Tyson. Jack again tries to tell the guy that someone is messing with him, but the guy says he just gave him hard evidence. The guy screams that Jack doesn't know what it's like to have a woman he loves off with someone else, and Jack loses it again after the guy describes his wife being taken from behind by the heavyweight champ before he bites her ear off.
God damn it.
Jack says, "Shut up! Are you trying to give me a heart attack?" And we cut back to the montage of Tommy and Betsy having the time of their lives in Hawaii, snorkeling, horseback riding, and hiking, while showing it's obvious that Tommy is having a hard time keeping up with the girl who's half his age. He falls into a hole, but he pops out with a flower, and Betsy swoons. Oh, it's just so sweet.
I don't know what we were supposed to get from that.
I don't
little
know.
montage.
I
of
feel like it was a blooper. Like it wasn't meant to happen.
No, the way it was framed, it was like supposed to be funny, I guess. Endearing.
I guess. Maybe you're right. Yeah, I guess maybe that.
I think he's like trying to pull a tag off his clothes. Like he's never bought
He's
this
never
type
hiked
of
before,
hiking clothes
yeah.
or whatever. And she obviously likes it and enjoys it. So he's just trying to do what she wants to do.
Yeah. Just trying to convince her to be with him, that he's the person that she wants to be with.
Yeah.
And I think the montage is mostly like just to show how fucking amazing her time is with him in Hawaii. So it's coloring her thoughts surrounding him.
Plus, they can play another Elvis song.
Yeah, exactly.
How much they spent on Elvis songs.
God, that's probably done. That's probably where half the budget came.
The $25 million budget. It's $5 million of it just for Elvis related things.
Jack uses his private eye skills to find out where Tommy lives in Kauai, and he screams at some poor person on the phone before slamming the phone down and heading to the airport. It kind of shows that he really sucks.
He's really bad.
He knows the guy's name, he knows where he is, and he still can't like figure out from an operator where his house is. Like, I don't know. That's his one.
Yeah.
We cut to Tommy telling Betsy in a one-piece bikini that he's not that into her. He's not just into her because she looks like Donna, but that he's developed a real feeling for her since she's smarter than she was, and that she's pissing away her life on Jack since he won't pull the trigger on marrying her. He argues that Jack decided to play poker rather than marry her immediately, and she seems to agree with him a little bit. Tommy's son and family arrive, and Chris tells him that Kilauea is erupting, so Tommy suggests they all fly over to the Big Island to check it out. Or we can risk Betsy off to another private jet. He tells her Jack seems like a good guy, but he'll cause her a lot of heartache and that she deserves better. And again, it's clear she's trying to decide if living a life of luxury and decadence is worth occasionally pulling a gray pube or two off her tongue. You see Jack anxiously watching the news at home on his bed, and he sees a news report of the eruption of Kilauea, and wouldn't you know it, he sees Tommy and Betsy on TV. What are the odds? Also, he makes a goofy little noise when he sees Tommy with his arm around his fiancée.
Government officials stressed that no one was in immediate danger from the blazing...
Yeah, he only figures it out by seeing the news. Not doing his private eye job.
But I had a lot of questions about this because Kilauea is not on Kauai. So, like, he figures out that they're on the Big Island, so he flies to Kauai.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
You know what's a weird coincidence is I think that volcano just erupted again or had some activity recently.
Yeah.
Which is kind
It's
of
funny.
weird. We have like these weird entanglements with real life in these movies.
I will
Usually it's 'cause
say
somebody dies.
True.
it's a really weird coincidence that so Kilauea started erupting back then, and it had been erupting every single fucking day since the week before I got a chance to go to Kilauea. Then it stopped cold, and then it erupted again recently. So all I saw was steam. Bullshit.
Yep.
Well, it's bad luck, dude. So it's a good thing you didn't see it going on.
I guess.
Somebody would have whisked away your wife on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if it meant that I could be the live-in cuck boy, like,
Just live in one of those spare rooms.
I'd be like, okay, whatever you want to do, honey. I'm gonna go swim.
You drive a cab around.
Just please don't tell me about it.
You and Tommy have fun. I'm gonna go down to the beach, get some waves in.
Go hang out with my friend Chief Orman.
Next, we watch Ben Stein pop into the movie to do the annoying, boring guy shtick that made him famous between the 80s and 90s, while Jack looks annoyed, tapping his foot, checking his watch, swatting imaginary flies around his face, etc. In the background before he charges up to the counter like an unhinged maniac and screams, "We have a house in Jersey!" Sorry, that was a different airport counter. He tells them the whole story about Betsy being kidnapped to Hawaii, and the lady at the counter tells him to get back in line, and he says, "Or what? I'll be arrested? Put in the airport jail? Just get your ticket and move on, okay? Get your goddamn ticket and move on!" Everyone else cheers for the fucking lunatic screaming in a guy's face. Jesus Christ, dude. He's lucky this is pre 9/11 or he'd have the TSA up his ass to the elbows. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, yeah, they do have airport jails now.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
And no fly
I'm
lists
pretty
and
sure
all
they did
kinds of
back
shit.
then too.
Yeah, but, you know, nothing bad happened at airports back then. So, yeah, they were a little more lenient. Back in Hawaii, Betsy and Tommy take a romantic boat ride where Tommy admits to rigging the game and says the whole point was to get her to come with him to Hawaii. She gets mad at him for lying and setting up this whole trip, but in kind of a fun, flirty way, and not in a "you're a creepy fucking psychopath" kind of way like you'd expect. Confused about who we're supposed to root for in this movie.
I know, seriously.
Yeah.
She says that she's having a wonderful time and it's just a little overwhelming to be pursued like this. And he says he'd take care of her forever and would throw himself in front of a train for her, which sounds romantic. But as a man who rides Amtrak a lot and has been on trains that hits someone, Patrick can tell you it's not all it's cracked up to be.
God damn it.
You end up kind of cracked up at the end. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
As in you're in pieces, you know.
They'll have to scoop you up or shovel you into a coffin or whatever he says.
Oh, this got dark.
Whatever the flying Elvis tells him. Tommy leans in for a kiss, and the school teacher with the heart of gold who was supposed to get married to Jack like 2 days ago just goes along with it. God, being rich, just living life on easy mode, isn't it? I mean, he had a Jurassic Park Jeep to drive out to his Hawaiian paradise. She admits to having conflicted feelings, and next we see that she and Tommy are playing with Tommy's son's baby. Isn't it kind of weird for Tommy's son to be like, this woman he's dating looks exactly like his mom?
Yeah.
They don't mention that at all. But yeah.
For some reason.
I guess we're just supposed to take that
Donna,
Donna died like 20 years prior or something like that. And then,
yeah.
That was what I thought, but guess that's the only thing that would explain that she's the same age as Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said she was 38, so I'm assuming that they were the same age when she died, and then it's been 25 years or whatever. Tommy gets a call, and Sandwich, still in the movie, tells him that Jack boarded a plane for Hawaii. I didn't track it, but I'm pretty sure that dude was eating in literally every scene he was in. It's a running joke. He even says, "Are you eating right now?" Yeah. I swear I'm not eating right now. Tommy says they need to he wrote Blazing Saddles. Come on. And this is what passes for comedy now?
Yeah.
Tommy says they need to keep Jack busy and make sure he doesn't find the house, and Sandwich suggests they have someone run him over. Tommy says no violence, unless it's totally necessary. And there's a gag about the fat guy eating, because of course there is. That night we see Betsy right now. We see Betsy on the phone looking for Jack, but she can't get a hold of him at the casino in Las Vegas or at his apartment, and she's upset since she seems to have been on the fence about ditching him for a complete stranger since he has all the money and stuff. We see Jack arrive on the island and cut to Sandwich bribing Mr. Miyagi, who happens to be a cab driver who agrees to make sure Jack doesn't figure out where Tommy lives. Jack gets off the plane limping like he just got off a 10-hour flight, or the TSA did end up pulling him aside after his outburst in New York. Pat Morita, a.k.a. Mahi Mahi, when all else fails, just name your characters after food, is what this movie seems to tell us. Says his dad liked to fish, and unprompted Jack says, "My father left home when I was 5, and that's why I'm named Jack. As in, Jack, tell your mother I'm just going to go out to get the paper." First of all, what the hell is that supposed to mean? And second, what a strange thing to tell a total stranger at the ear.
What?
It feels like
that's
ad-lib.
why I'm named Jack.
Yeah.
As in, Jack, tell your mother I'm leaving. What? Okay.
I guess like Jack is just a generic name. Like
slang for guy back in the
day. So it's basically like he's saying his dad left when he was a baby and was basically just couldn't even care enough to give him an actual name, I guess.
I mean, it explains more of why he hates marriage and
and is obsessed with his mom.
Yeah. Sure. More ways than one.
Yeah. Jack asks if Mahi Mahi knows where a guy named Tommy Corman lives, and he says he can take him straight to him. In the car, Mr. Miyagi tells Jack that Kauai is so romantic that when women come to the island, they get like freaky all night long. And then takes him to some shack in the middle of nowhere inhabited by a guy named Chief Orman, because he thought he said Orman, not Corman. Get it?
Blazing Saddles, dude.
So dumb.
Jack, this feels like, we have Peter Boyle to do a character, so what do we do?
Yeah.
I don't know. He'll play a weird stoner Hawaiian chief in a shack for a scene.
Felt like a personal favor of some sort.
Well, I mean, Mel Brooks, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, they probably all know each other.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Jack, again, freaks the fuck out, says it's all his character does now for the rest of the movie. And suddenly Peter Boyle walks out of the house and starts speaking Hawaiian, which feels a little racist for Frankenstein's monster and Mr. Miyagi to supposedly be Hawaiian, speaking Hawaiian to each other, but whatever. Jack tries to get Mahi Mahi to take him somewhere else, but wacky fun ensues as Chief Orman insists they come in for a drink. Jack says,
"Listen, Mahi, I don't have time for this horse shit."
And Mahi Mahi says Chief Orman has a lot of influence on the island, to which Jack says,
"Influence? He lives in a shack!"
It's richest native Hawaiian. Thanks to American imperialism. They drink some brandy, which is somehow a joke. I don't understand why it's like they were making some reference or something. I don't know. They made some weird emphasis on the fact that it was brandy or some certain brand of brandy. I don't know.
Or it was some sort of moonshine that he had made in his shack or something.
Yeah, Hawaiian Pruno. It's just piss or something. I don't know. Peter Boyle asks, do you find Chief Warman attractive? All right, what the fuck? We say, go get the gimp.
Well, you're staying here a long time, Jack.
There's my friend Zed. So anyway, Jack, it's really weird. Jack says he's a striking looking figure, and Orman asks if the musical Grand Hotel will come to Kauai. I guess because he's from New York. So he's like, hey, you know Broadway. Or his last name's Singer, and so he figures he's More wacky hijinks ensue as Orman starts singing since he loves musicals like Les Miserables and South Pacific, and Jack starts to lose it again. Back with Tommy and Betsy, he takes her to a fancy country club and we cut back to Orman singing to Jack, and eventually Jack steals Mahi Mahi's car. The only time I really identified with Jack was it's like trying to spin up the second act / third act of your movie, and you derail it completely by hanging out at this weird fucking guy's shack where you're gonna get murdered possibly.
Yeah.
The bit where he's like, we gotta go stop and see the 5 pools of whatever. And he's 5 pools are here. Wow.
That was good.
Act 3. It's about time to wrap this thing up.
We cut to Betsy slipping a monster-sized diamond on her ring finger, and asks if it was Donna's, the crispy dead wife. And Tommy, the guy who rigged a card game to try and steal a guy's fiance away from him because she resembles his dead wife, is offended that she would even say such a thing.
No. What are you talking about? Also, I will kill you. Give me $500,000. You marry me right now.
God damn it. Betsy says she can't accept it. And the guy she's known for, 3 days says, I want to marry you. Like tomorrow. Tommy says life is short, so she shouldn't think too much and just do it. I think Shia LaBeouf would agree. Just do it. Marry the guy. We cut to Jack momentarily where he tries to pronounce Hawaiian words like cop, before cutting to Betsy and Tommy at lunch, where Betsy says she wants to get back to her real life since the extravagant life Tommy has offered her is way too much for her to handle. Tommy tells her he loves her, and she says it makes no sense for her to marry him and that she doesn't want to just leave Jack without giving him an explanation. While she's saying all this, it's clear Tommy wants to smack her around. It's clear that Tommy wants to smack around like he did to Leah Shire's abusive husband in The Godfather. God damn it. Tommy restrains himself, then lies to Betsy that it was Jack's idea to have Tommy rent her for 48 hours to settle the bet. And he lies again, saying the debt was only $3,000, not $65,000. Oh, and he says he made up the whole thing about seeing her in the lobby since the truth was too horrible. It just makes him out to be even more of a scumbag, in my opinion. If I were her, I'd be like, wait, what? You agreed to that? That's even worse. For $3,000? Betsy's heartbroken that Jack sold her for $3,000. It says that she needs to be alone for a while. Jack finally tracks down the restaurant Betsy and Tommy are at in the stolen cab after some wacky hijinks chatting with Tommy's son and such.
So happy for them. What's the tipping point of where it's not fucked up that he sold her for 48 hours? Like $3,000, $65,000. Where does it get to the point where it's like, oh, that's understandable. 15.
$3,000 is still a lot of dollars. So
she got a free trip to Hawaii out of it.
True. Exactly.
Yeah, really, she's the one that's getting the best deal out of this whole thing. She got 2 dudes fighting over her.
She got away from her to lose her boyfriend for 2 days.
Yeah. She was like living in New York. Going from New York to Hawaii must be such a like mind fuck of like, I don't know, just how much nicer it would be there compared to being in the middle of suburban sprawl.
Yeah. Jack spots Betsy on a golf course and calls her name, but she doesn't hear him, and he gets tackled by Tommy. Tommy asks what the hell he's doing there and to stay the hell away from him or to give him the $65,000 he owes him. Jack says he brought it with him and says Tommy never even wanted the money.
Do you think he actually had the money? Because I don't think he did.
No, it was a bluff.
Yeah.
It was a bluff. It was to get that reaction.
It's to get under and
to get under his skin.
him.
Yeah.
Because he wanted them to be like, oh, you got the money? Oh, okay, I'll take the money.
Right. Mm-hmm. And to prove that his suspicion was right, that he knew that it was never about the money. They fight for a bit, and Tommy screams for security, which escort Jack away while he frantically tries to get Betsy's attention. She thinks she hears his voice on the wind, but when Tommy gets to her, he says he used to think he heard Donna calling him after she died. God damn it. Tommy stares at her tits for a minute and then asks her again if she wants to fly to Vegas and get married. And she says, I'm going to want children very soon. And he's over the moon since the girl he's known less than a week is already willing to bounce on his old balls. So she got a taste of the good life. So she might as well taste little Tommy Corman. God damn it. Coincidentally, he nicknamed his little Tommy Corman Chief Foreman. It looks exactly like Peter Boyle. Oh God. Oh fuck. Just so much hair on the tip. Oh God.
What do you think?
She makes his Peter Boyle.
Oh God. Oh, okay.
He's putting on the Ritz.
Oh, Jesus. Betsy says, let's do it. I want to. Since she was the last character who wasn't a garbage human being, she decides to chuck her whole life as a school teacher from New York, in love with a private eye, born in the same decade as her, in the toilet for a guy 25 years older than her, that she barely knows, since he has money. They hug and we cut to Jack being raped in a Hawaiian jail. No, I hadn't quite gotten there yet, but he is immediately thrown into a cell with a huge butt naked dude, which was a little jarring to see in a PG-13 rom-com.
Was not expecting that.
I was noticing it was rated PG-13 and one of the things was for nudity, and I was like, how is there any nudity in it? Well, there we go.
There you go.
The monkey's paw moment.
God damn, dude. Jack begs to make a phone call and chooses his bookie as the only guy who can save him from the waking nightmare that has become his life since meeting Tommy Corman. The bookie agrees to cover Jack's bail, and we cut to Betsy and Tommy leaving for Las Vegas. Ha! Kind of leaving. Get it?
Do you think he traded Betsy for that $5,000?
Yeah, what's he gonna how's he gonna pay him the $5,000?
I'm sorry, but you got to spend the weekend with Sally.
I'll give her a root canal.
Gonna be deep in those gums
in her mouth, if you know what I mean. There, buddy. Outside of the jail, we see Mahi Mahi sitting on his cab, who says he dropped the charges and says that Tommy and Betsy are on their way to get married. So what? I don't understand why this sudden change of heart.
I don't really understand Mahi Mahi. Does he actually like Jack? He spent 5 minutes with him.
And Jack stole his car.
Jack stole his car and treated him like an asshole the entire time.
I wonder if it's because he didn't realize what was going on. And then when he found out,
maybe
he knew exactly what was going on. He knew it was for Tommy Corman.
Told him to give him the runaround.
Right, but I don't think he knew why.
Yeah, maybe
that this dude was trying to steal his girl. I don't know.
Maybe that's what it was. Is that was messed up.
Maybe after he got his car back, he did a little wax on, wax off, and realized that he was the asshole in the situation. Anyways, Tuna Boy Mahi Mahi takes him to the airport and tells him something in Hawaiian, which translates to "always let the good words come out of your mouth." To which Jack says, that just doesn't help me at all, but I appreciate the thought.
It's my favorite line in the whole movie. You know, that just doesn't help me at all, but I appreciate the thought.
It makes me, I don't know. So some of the lines Cage says, it makes me wonder if they were improv or not. Because they're just so random. Jack scrambles to book a flight to Vegas, and we see that Betsy and Tommy have already landed, where we see that Betsy is conflicted about the horrible life-altering decision she's made. Sandwich, you guys remember him? It's been a minute since he's been here. Tells Tommy that Jack got out of jail and left Kauai for San Jose, and Tommy tells Sandwich to call in a favor to cancel the only flight from San Jose to Vegas. Betsy tries again to get a hold of Jack, but can't, and seems to forgive him for selling her for $3,000. She has an awkward interaction with Tommy, who asks, "Are you always going to keep me waiting?" But then he laughs it off as a joke, but will clearly fracture her eye socket if she does it again after they're married. Just,
I got you now, bitch.
oh, God. We cut to Jack walking around a small airport asking if anyone is going to Vegas, and he spots a group called the Flying Elvises, who just so happen to be going his way. The main Elvis asks if he's done this before, and Jack says, "Sure, I love these little planes," not knowing that he's about to be parachuting out of the plane with the other Elvises. Elvi. I think it's Elvis. On their way to get married, Betsy asks Tommy if they can talk, and he realizes what's going on. Back with the Flying Elvises, Jack finds out he needs to dress up like Elvis and jump when they reach Las Vegas, which makes him freak out a bit. But he loves Betsy so much he'll do anything to get her back. In the casino, Betsy asks why they need to get married so soon, and slowly Tommy lets his mask come off and reveals the abusive asshole he actually is, much to Betsy's horror. Betsy says they need to wait a few weeks to get to know each other, and he says, "Okay, look, I'll give you $500,000 if you marry me today, cash. If things don't work out, we split up, and you keep the money."
I'm sure that's how it would have worked out too.
Yeah, she would have ended up 6 feet under like his ex-wife.
What was the thing about him? Like, I don't think you should live in my ex-wife's house. We should live in Connecticut or some shit. Like,
yeah, he said Westchester or somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get that part either. I didn't really understand.
Maybe it's him having second thoughts about this. Like, maybe it's a little too weird for him.
Yeah,
now that it's kind of becoming real.
It made me wonder if it was all a con. Like, that's not actually his house in Hawaii, and he was just renting it and then paying people off to make it seem like he was a big high roller.
A good point too.
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he actually does just live in some place in fucking Connecticut.
That would have been a twist, yeah.
Yeah.
But he flies out to Vegas to gamble. And
to cut
that's pretty much it.
Honeymoon. She asks if he's joking and says, "Screw you," which prompts him to grab her roughly by the arm. For once, it's not Nick, which is weird. And he tells her never to turn her back on him while shaking his finger in her face. She says their weekend is over, and he again grabs her roughly and says she's being rude to him before promising her $1 million if she marries him.
"You are being rude to me in the lobby of the Bally's Casino." Just the way he says that is so weird.
Yeah. She's taken aback by his sudden psychotic behavior, and he says it would be very irresistible of you. And he says it would be very irresponsible of you to turn this down. She pretends to contemplate the deal and says she needs to use the bathroom. Betsy says she needs to be alone for a couple minutes, and he says, "Okay, you've got 5 minutes. Then we get married." She again tries to reason with him, so he grabs her roughly by the face and menacingly says, "You said yes, I will marry you. That's a promise. When people make promises to Tommy Corman, they keep them. You understand?"
I mean, she has to be really over the moon for him now, right?
Yeah.
Break your fucking head open. You don't marry me, you stupid bitch.
You don't marry me? Maybe something happens to you, huh? Maybe you fall down some stairs.
Fall down some stairs, huh? Maybe Sandwich will have his way with you. put some roast beef on you.
Oh, God. She heads to the bathroom terrified of the lunatic and tries to figure out a way out of this sticky situation, and also realizes there might be a good reason for why she hasn't been able to get a hold of Jack all this time. The dude is buried in the desert somewhere for all she knows. We see Jack in the plane, and the main Elvis guy messes with him about how to open up his parachute while all the Elvises laugh at him. We cut to Betsy frantically running down the emergency stairs at Bally's to escape the nutcase she almost married, and Sandwich alerts Tommy that Betsy never came up to the room. Tommy realizes he messed up, but tells Sandwich to go track the woman down, who clearly doesn't want to marry him anyway. We hear an announcer, who I swear is the old SNL announcer, say the Flying Elvis size will be landing at Bally's in 5 minutes. What a coincidence. Timing up perfectly.
Yeah.
It's a good thing these guys are like pro parachuters too. They can parachute into Vegas in the dark and hit a tiny little postage stamp landing zone.
I will say this was a real thing that used to happen in Vegas all the time.
I
was there for it once at one point.
Parachute into the city, yeah. With the Elvises.
I think it was at Bally's too.
Betsy triggers a fire alarm trying to use an emergency exit, then runs through a kitchen, which distracts Sandwich. All he does is eat in every fucking scene of this thing.
Proto Baby Yoda.
And this gives Betsy time to get dressed up as a showgirl. Feature.
Seems like you wouldn't have that much time. But whatever.
No, because she's like full outfit, full makeup, has her hair pinned back, has the headpiece on. I'm pretty sure that doesn't take like 2 minutes.
And who would have done it for her? Like,
yeah, right.
They know that she's not one of the showgirls. Maybe she was like, there's this creepy guy named Tommy Corman. She's like, oh, I know Tommy Corman.
Oh, Tommy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get you
said Sandwich after you yet?
He grab you by the roast beef?
Oh, fuck. Sammy tells Tommy she got away, and Betsy walks right past them thanks to her new disguise. Jack and the Elvises jump over Bally's, and the announcer starts naming the guys jumping, including newcomer Jack Singer, which alerts Betsy and Tommy that Jack is on his way. How would they have that information? Anyways, whatever.
Pilot radioed it down to him, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, sure. That's
Why would they name every one of them, too?
How does he know which ones are landing?
Yeah. Seriously.
We
Bit
see
of a
Jack,
plot hole there.
Yeah. We see Jack jump out of the plane after more jokes about which cord he needs to pull, while Jack says, Betsy, 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 to get him through it. Jack pulls his chute and he lands while Tommy searches for Betsy in the crowd watching the Elvises land. Quick fact, Jack pulls both yellow and red on the parachute after jumping out of the plane. This would not be correct according to what Elvis said on the plane, as red is for the backup chute, and having both deployed at the same time would be extremely dangerous. Would not be a good time.
Would be, I mean, a guy who's not experienced with a parachute to begin with probably wouldn't be able to land on that little landing area. But then to have both of them deployed at the same time, he would have died for sure.
Yeah. Betsy sees Jack landing on a huge Elvis landing pad, and she runs to him past security. He asks if she married Tommy, and she shakes her head no, and they have a big movie hug. Tommy realizes the jig is up and decides to let Betsy and Jack be happy together, or he breaks both of their kneecaps the next day. You know, who knows? The movie kind of ends suddenly, so we really don't know what happens after this.
Yeah, everything's just fine. He's not going to keep fucking with them
change
anymore.
of heart.
Yeah. Hey, it's fine. Whatever. I'll let my perfect doppelganger of my dead wife go.
Jack explains to Betsy that he's been trying to get to her pretty much since the moment she left Las Vegas. I mean, kind of get it, you know, the joke. You know, leave it alone. Anyways, and he says he saw her on the beach in Hawaii and screamed her name, which makes Betsy realize Tommy lied to her. She says Tommy said he only lost $3,000 and was an idiot for believing him and almost marrying him, but it's all fine now since she knows Jack truly loves her since he jumped out of a plane for her. I guess. Okay. She says, you could have died. Jack says, I wouldn't want to live if I couldn't have you, baby.
That's the cheesiest moment of the whole.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live if I couldn't have you, baby.
Jack confronts Tommy and tells him to put the bunny in the box. Tommy's confused and asks, what? Like, you want me to put my bunny in her box? No, none of that happened. Sorry, guys.
It's Peter Boyle.
That's just a fantasy I had. What actually happens is Tommy tells Sandwich to go set up another poker game. And Sandwich says, maybe I'll go grab a bite to eat, since he's fat. And that's all his character literally fucking does in this movie. It's comedy. Comedy, people. On their way through the crowd, dressed as Elvis and a showgirl, Jack says, I dreamt about my mother again last night, which presumably he did while sleeping next to a huge butt-naked Hawaiian guy. And Betsy says, was she vacuuming naked? He says no, but she kept putting a hot dog in my mouth over and over for some reason. Now, wait. He says he told her, Mom, I'm going to marry that girl. And she smiled. And she says, really? To which he says, yeah, of course she was naked.
He wrote Blazing Saddles.
We cut to Tommy beating them both to death with the tire iron. No, sorry. We cut to the two of them in a chapel getting married in front of the flying Elvises, and the credits slowly scroll over the scene as Jack and Betsy finally get hitched. The end.
Andrew Bergman has a real Oedipus thing going on for some reason.
Yes, he does.
We have a couple of questions before we move on.
Couple of questions here. I know we were going for the overbearing cliche Italian mother thing, but what the hell was with Jack and his mom? What was that? Yeah. Like, I feel like they just took it just a little too far. Like, they made it weird. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like it was the cliche overbearing Italian mother thing, but then taken to a weirdly sexual level.
It wasn't sexual. It was about cleaning.
She was vacuuming.
It was cleanliness.
I swear. The vacuum was on my dick, though.
Nothing sexual about your naked mom sucking, all right?
God damn it. All right.
It's like they established it, which was weird, and then they kind of pulled back from it, but then they would just sprinkle things that made it just like remind you how weird it is that his relationship with his mom. Because it almost feels like they were just trying to say, like, he just fears commitment, has nothing to do with his promise he made his mom. He's just using the excuse. But then they would keep bringing up his Oedipal relationship with his mom and odd moments.
Yeah.
And,
the fact that they brought up the fact that she was naked in his dreams several times was like, there's some Freud stuff going on there, but it just got weird, man. I don't know. It made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
How the hell did Jack afford to gamble as much as he did and afford that office underneath the Manhattan Bridge, but can't afford a therapist to work out not jacking off to his mom all the time? What, like, he's gambling constantly, it seems like.
Yeah.
He's got
in New York, he's got a bookie.
Yeah.
He's losing to all the time.
Uh-huh. A bookie that seems to be his only real friend, too.
Yeah. Probably because he's a gambling addict and he's not actually his friend, but nobody else. Like, his only other friends are the guys he plays poker with, who he probably loses a shitload to as well. Yeah. They're only friends with him because they lose to him or they make money off of him.
Yeah.
And they all want to kill him because of his relationship with his wife.
Yeah.
But they're getting paid,
So he just seems pretty pathetic. The story doesn't have a happy ending, even if they're back together. He still owes Sally $5,000 and, you know, whatever it cost him to fly back and forth to Hawaii on short notice, plus all the losses he had in Vegas that weren't to Tommy. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know how much he lost at the roulette table, but it seemed like a substantial amount.
Well,
and that,
Yeah, I'm trying to. I can't remember what color chips they were, but it was quite a bit of money.
It was a lot. It was
Plus
a lot
the amount of money he spent on the Alibaba suite that was definitely not $150.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions there.
Yeah.
Where did all this money come from? Maybe he is like actually good at gambling, and because he does eventually get, a straight flush, but I feel like that was all rigged. Because he was losing to them. They're all like clearly card sharks.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he was winning, which leads me to my next question of, do you think everybody was in on that? Like all the guys who were playing poker were in on him being
I think so,
conned?
Yeah, I imagine there's some kind of racket they have set up with Tommy. They bring in some high roller and they're all in on it and they swindle them out of money and they'll take a cut of it.
Yeah.
Which is why he tells Sandwich, go set up the next poker game.
Yeah.
Because let's go make some money.
Yeah. Maybe that's how he's rich. He's just scamming random jackasses.
I mean, they kind of show he's not above doing seedy, illegal shit. So
yeah.
What the fuck was Evander Holyfield doing walking around talking to random guests at the casino?
He's just a good guy, dude.
Because Bally's features so prominently, I'm assuming they paid pretty heavily to be the casino in it and have events like Flying Elvis's at Bally's and probably Evander Holyfield. So it's probably just all part of a package deal with product placement, but it's all the hotel.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine they would pay Evander Holyfield to hang out on the hotel floor, or casino floor. Like he had like a sign.
Maybe to like sign autographs or something. But like Evander Holyfield was a pretty well-known, prominent boxer at that point. It wasn't like he was just some small timer, random boxer.
No, man's got to eat.
Man's got to eat.
I live near the Strip. It's just an easy little commute for me. Come over here, ask people what they're doing and call them old timers.
Yeah.
Shit like that. What the fuck was Jerry Tarkanian doing at that poker game? Why the hell is the coach of the UNLV Running Rebels at that game? That was when the Running Rebels were like, that's when Larry Johnson and Stacey Augman and stuff were there and they like won the national championship. I think it was like 1991. This was like at his peak.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to make some extra money.
Yeah.
On the side.
Or he knows somebody in the production.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the movie logic, I'm like, okay, so maybe he's just friends with Tommy Corman.
Yeah, like it shows Tommy's got some connections that aren't just all about swindling people and gambling.
Yeah. I always feel like they try and set up, anytime Seymour Cassell shows up in a movie, they just set him up as some rich guy. Because he was like the gambling guy in Sunny. He was the rich dude, and it could happen to you.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. This is a big one for me because I kind of feel like it could be, but do you think the whole Hawaii thing was just a big con? Like that he didn't actually have that house. It's not really his house. He just made it. I was thinking like maybe that's why he can't find him, because he doesn't actually own a house in Kauai. Yeah. And that this was all just
that
him
could be.
setting up this whole weekend so that he could take her someplace romantic and color her feelings towards him.
Yeah. I think that makes it interesting, but I think the movie would have spelled that out if that was the case.
Yeah.
But it does make sense. Like, I think they're just trying to show that he's kind of a shitty private investigator, and like he just doesn't, he just yells at people when he doesn't get what he wants, and yelling at an operator didn't really seem to help. So he just hung up on her.
I mean, how hard is it to spy on people cheating on each other? It's not that hard. It doesn't take any detective skills.
Not in New York. Like they all just live right there. You just all you see, he just waits outside where they're hanging out, and then he watches them when they come out in the street.
Yeah.
He's not Jessica Jonesing from the fucking building next door. He's just like right out in the open taking pictures of them.
He's not Spider-Man Noir in it.
Yeah. I think that would be an interesting twist to the story, but I think he does own all that. He's just made a ton of money because he's a seedy gambler. possible mobster.
Mobbed up, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some definite like mob connections.
Yeah,
which makes me wonder if Jack
Sally
and Betsy
the
are
bookie
getting
in
away.
New York knows who he is.
Yeah,
and knows to not mess with him. Then he's definitely bigger than just a card shark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, because he pays like everybody he meets in Hawaii and like tells them to say certain things to her and stuff.
Yep.
Like that one guy who's like,
True.
if somebody put you up in a card game for $3,000, I'd beat the shit out of him, or whatever the hell he said.
That was just like his driver, though. Whatever. I'm assuming he just employs that guy.
Yeah,
True.
And he just gives money to the pool boy, the cabana boy at the Las Vegas after making him treating him like shit. He still gives him money for no reason. So it's like he actually has money. He's just handing out.
Yeah. It's how he gains his favors from different people.
Yeah, true.
That's a good point. Yeah. Now maybe now he'll come call and have that cabana boy keep an eye out for another woman who looks like Donna. Call him in tip.
Look at you. Keep your eye open for another horse-faced donkey witch. Do you think Betsy was actually starting to like Tommy, or was she just excited at being able to live in Hawaii and have tons of money?
I don't know, man.
She was drugged.
It does seem like the moment that he's like, maybe we should just live in Connecticut, she was like,
True.
Yeah.
That was the moment where she started to think about what she was doing.
Well, I think he already kind of hooked her with the sob story of his dead wife and his kids and grandkids or whatever, because she was already like, yeah, I'll go to Hawaii with him. That's fine. He sounds, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Like a good dude. I mean, she does let him kiss her at one point.
And he's not like overtly threatening to her at all up until later. So at that point, he even tells her like, stop me whenever you want. She doesn't. So
she lets it happen. Stupid whore. Why did Jack go back to New York when a day later he decided to fly to Hawaii to track them down? Like, he leaves Las Vegas and then goes to New York, and then he just jumps on a plane to Hawaii like right after that. Just so that we can have that little Mike Tyson joke of the photoshopped picture.
I just figured he couldn't take being in Vegas, thinking about everything going on, so he went home to try to distract himself and never had the intention of going to Hawaii to track her down.
Maybe he already wrote her off. It was basically like, whatever. And then he realized he actually wants to fight for her, I guess. Once he sees her with him, and that just enrages him so much.
He was
or
just
his
like,
client brings
fuck
up.
it.
I would
she
say
wants to suck that old dick. I don't care.
Like, why didn't he just hang out in Vegas and wait for her to come back? But then he does say, I got to get out of here. Probably because he just lost another 10 G's or something.
Realizes he sucks at gambling.
He's just going to keep losing money and get his knees broken or worse.
Maybe that's the thing that he needs to realize is like
he's terrible.
The lesson from all of this is not like I should have married her immediately. It's I should stop gambling.
Yeah. That's one of my couple of questions.
What's that?
Does he turn his life around? Do you think he stops gambling and kicks his gambling addiction like that? Or does shit just keep getting worse for him? Because we already established that they've still lost a lot of money regardless of how much he does or doesn't owe Tommy. So
yeah.
Like he doesn't own a house, so it's not like he could take out a mortgage to get. I don't even know how he got all the money to gamble. You know, he's just like calling in debts upon debts, and then gets even further debt. And he keeps saying like, "We've got options. There's options here." Like it just feels like he's done this before, where he could just. It's a shell game of just swapping out debt to take on more debt, try to get out of debt.
Maybe he can secretly see 2 minutes in the future. And then he wins all of his money back.
Or he's
just a prequel to Next.
Maybe he's just a really good. He actually is a really good private investigator. He just has hustles going all the time, like Ricky Santoro or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. I don't think the private investigator game is lucrative enough for the things that he does throughout this movie.
No.
The fucking. The office that he has, there's no way he could afford that. The hotel room that he gets, there's no way he could afford that. All the gambling he's doing. I guess he starts pretty small with the gambling and like he's only in debt to Sally for like $50. So I guess maybe it was small and it just got out of control. I don't know. I don't think they make it. And I think Tommy comes back for her.
Yeah. That's the other question. Do you think Tommy just let it go?
I don't think so.
Like he's, at least
doesn't
comes
seem
to
like
collect
the type.
65 grand.
Yeah. You are going to pay me one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
You made a promise to Tommy Corman. I'm either going to fuck her or I'm going to fuck you. Cut to him back in that Hawaiian jail. Why did Mahi Mahi help Jack after he got his car back? Like, why that sudden change of heart?
Yeah, that one is kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
he
make sense to me.
disrespected Chief Orman. Stole his car. I mean, he was a real shit to the people of Hawaii. So I don't know. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
Unless, like we said in the moment, he found out that Tommy was trying to steal Jack's girl, and that's why he was like, "Oh, I can't live with that." I don't know. And my final question is, where was that airport that Jack was at in San Jose, like where he met the Flying Elvises? Why was there so much activity? How did he get on the tarmac? Did they really just let you walk around with a fucking sign that says Las Vegas around private planes and shit? I don't know.
It's
not like hitchhiking.
Free 9/11, I guess.
What's the worst that could happen?
It just was weird because I feel like that can't be like the regular airport, like the international airport. Just some random fucking side airport next to the international airport.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're supposed to think about it, dude.
Just weird. I don't know. It's like the airport from Con Air. The plane did kind of look like the Con Air plane too.
It did,
a little bit. Any other questions?
Why the fuck is it called Honeymoon in Vegas?
They were supposed to have their honeymoon.
I get there was supposed to be a marriage in Vegas.
Yeah.
But we never see any bit of a honeymoon, I guess.
Yeah. The credits?
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just felt like they named the movie before they actually wrote the movie, and then they didn't actually feature a honeymoon.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're supposed to assume that if he would have married her when they first got to Vegas, the whole rest of the movie would have been their honeymoon.
Right.
But
we don't see that.
We don't see that. Never happens.
Yeah.
I guess it's true.
Yeah. Terrible name for a movie.
Like you could have called it A Proposal in Vegas or something, and it would have maybe fit a little better.
They could have called it Indecent Proposal. That would have been a good name for it.
God damn it.
It's time to keep track. Here are the final stats.
All right, that leads us over to the Cage Curse Tracker.
This one was a PG-13 movie, so it was fairly light. And it was another one of those where there wasn't a lot until second act hits and he starts to unravel, and then you get Cageisms and kind of let him off the reins a little bit. So we had one damn, two goddams, three shit. One of those is honorable mention for horse shit, which I don't have a specific. I have a bullshit meter, but I don't have a horse shit one. But anyway, we'll just lump it in with that. One Jesus and two gods, which was like an exacerbated god. One of them was kind of iffy, where he's like, "God, please don't let me die on this skydiving thing." But it almost felt like a curse, so I counted it. It was just like, "God, don't let me die." So nine total, which brings our total to 950. Nice round number. So
Good
we'll crack 1,000 next season, but for this season, we didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
So 950 total curses.
Seems like it was pretty heavy for a PG-13 film.
Yeah. Again, there were other swears that were from other characters. So there's one fuck in it too, and I can't remember who says it, but it wasn't Cage. It was like at the table, I think, or something. One of the poker tables or something. Somebody said, "Shut your fucking mouth" or something like that.
Oh. Wow.
I can't remember because I wasn't.
I mean, you're allowed one, right?
Yeah,
For
and
PG-13.
apparently that's a myth. Apparently there are PG-13 movies that allow more than one, but I haven't. I don't know.
It just comes down to the MPAA and what they
however they feel.
decide.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember because it jumped out at me. Somebody said "fuck it," but I didn't count it because it wasn't Cage, and I don't remember who said it. I think it was probably Tommy or something.
Yeah, that would make sense. Run time, this was 96 minutes, which is tied with Next. two really great Las Vegas-based films that we had to watch this season. I feel like it's been Vegas heavy this season.
Yeah.
Sympathy for the Devil, Next, Honeymoon in Vegas. But we also had previously been there for Con Air and The Trust. We've been to Vegas a lot already, and I know there's more. So 96 minutes, it was a nice, kind of tidy, but it still felt like it dragged in spots.
Yeah.
And like that clunky third act.
Yeah.
Nudity tracker, I went ahead and added in the nudity from only the trailer for Werewolf Women of the SS, not the rest of Grindhouse, just that one. Because that was like a Cage starring vehicle, co-starring at least. And then Fast Times at Ridgemont High, because he's in the movie so much, I felt like I had to count it. I also put Fast Times in the runtime tracker, but I didn't put the other ones in there. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I waffled a bunch on these because, like, I can't count Brubaker, I can't count The Outsiders because there's no confirmed sightings of him. I can't count Grindhouse because he's not in either one of the Grindhouse films. He's in a trailer in the middle of it. And The Flash is like 900 hours, so it would just be our top movie the whole time.
And it's also not even him; it's CG. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to count those. I'm not going to count budget versus gross on anything aside from Fast Times from those bit parts, because that one is like he's in the movie the whole time. So I don't know. Feel free to argue with me on the comments, but I feel like that's where I'm landing. So nudity for Honeymoon in Vegas, we had the one inexplicably naked cellmate in the PG-13 film. Felt weird, but yeah. So there was that, and then counting 5 female asses, 21 breasts, and 1 vagina in Fast Times, plus 10 breasts in Werewolf Women of the SS.
Oh my God.
We come to a grand total of 136 total breasts, 17 female asses, 16 male asses, 5 vaginas, 3 penises, and a partridge in a pear tree. Finally got more female asses, and that was mostly because of all of the fucking posters in Spicoli's room. That was a tough one because it was like, we started counting it if it was a real female in a picture on the wall or something, because it's nudity in the film.
Yeah.
We started counting that on Dog Eat Dog because he shows a porn site that has like all these naked women on it. So I don't know. Now we're stuck with that. Still not counting cartoons for whatever reason. I don't know. I just feel weird about it. Anyways, moving on. I always feel weird about the nudity tracker now. State and country tracker, we did add a state. We had never been to Hawaii up to this point. So that is now, we're past halfway. We had been stuck on 25 this entire season. Weirdly, hadn't added a single state this whole year. Now we had Hawaii at least. We also went to Las Vegas and Nevada, California, and New York. Budget versus gross. This cost $25 million and made $35 million. Again, I'm also adding Fast Times in there, which I feel like it was like $5 million, but it made like 30 something. I don't remember. But that brings our grand total up to $2.298 billion on the budget, with a $5.109.9 billion gross. As far as top grossing, this is nowhere near the top. This is, I don't know why Wicker Man just keeps coming up over and over and over again, but it's right in between Wicker Man and Adaptation at $35 million.
Well, strange pairing.
Wicker Man made 38.8 and adaptation made 32.8. Yeah, that'd be a weird trilogy, right? And then on the ratings, this was a PG-13 film. I did also count Fast Times in the R-rated. So now we have 35 R-rated films. And that leads us over to the Cage Kill Tracker.
Super easy. 0 kills. So we're still at 272. And 0 deaths from Mr. Cage in this one. So still sitting at 19 overall.
Right on. We'll get to 20 next season, maybe, probably.
Hopefully.
I would assume so. Yeah. Hopefully. Depending on what movie we're watching.
Yeah. I have a feeling we got some stinkers coming up.
We got some real piles of shit next season. Hopefully he dies in the first movie, which I believe he does, actually.
So, what did you think? Let's rank this film on the Cageometer.
That leads us over to the most important question that we ask on this show. Vince, where does Honeymoon in Vegas from 1992 rate on your Cageometer?
Oh, God. This is tough because I definitely, like I said earlier, I definitely feel like this is a movie of its time. But I think I kind of side with the audience. This is not a good movie. The premise is interesting, but it doesn't deliver on any of it. The humor doesn't really land for me in a lot of the parts where I felt like they were trying to be funny. And the third act just completely falls apart. By the third act, I'm not rooting for anybody. I don't want any of these people to have a happy ending because they're all fucking terrible. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'm being too harsh, but give it a 4. I mean, it wasn't very entertaining. It drug on in a few spots, which is crazy to think a hour and a half-ish film could feel slow, but it did at times. So I think a 4, kind of aligns with what a lot of people thought. I don't understand where the critics are coming from on this one. Maybe they were paid to.
There were only 37, so
yeah.
I don't know. Some people, maybe they just really loved Andrew Bergman because he did have kind of a Hollywood reputation up till that point. And maybe they were like, maybe this movie's better than I am thinking it is. I don't know.
It just doesn't. Yeah. I mean, he obviously knows how to write comedy. I don't think he knows how to write romantic comedies. It's a different flavor of comedy. And sticking into the PG-13 genre hinders, I think, what made him so great with Blazing Saddles, right?
I will say that this movie was originally supposed to be an R, and they decided to pull back and make it a PG-13, which might explain some things.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense then. So give it a 4. Cage, boy, was he cagey. And I think that's the only reason why I'm giving him a 6 is because he did make it entertaining, but it was just outside of his cagey moments, his character is just kind of flat and boring. It's not likable.
Yeah. Not likable at all.
Jack
straight up sucks.
Yeah. And it was those cagey moments that made his performance entertaining to me, but everything else is just like really flat and weird. Yeah, and we've talked about it to death. He has trouble finding that middle ground sometimes, and he's either flat and then goes cagey, or he just nails it all around. And this time, I felt like the majority of his performance was pretty flat, and when he wasn't being flat, he was just cagey as all hell, which was hilarious and funny. So I'll give him a 6. Not the worst thing we've seen this season from him, but definitely not the best
even
either.
Close. All right, Nigel, where does Honeymoon in Vegas rate on your Cageometer?
I mean, given the premise of this, I didn't want to like the movie. And I didn't. It sucks. This movie sucks. It's a 3.
The old switcheroo.
The premise sucks. None of the characters are enjoyable. You don't really want to root for any of them. And then it kind of makes it confusing on whether or not you're supposed to. And yeah, I guess the most generous thing I can say of it is maybe it is of its time, and this was funnier in the 90s, but now it's just not. It's just like it's a shit premise that makes you feel really weird and uncomfortable and awkward, and it never really kind of lets up from that. And like any romantic comedy aspects of it are kind of overshadowed by the fact that this whole situation is very creepy and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get that out of my head. I'm just like, what? Like, this is supposed to be a heartwarming story, maybe? I don't know. It's not even that funny if it's supposed to be a comedy.
Uh-huh.
And like we said, like, it just kind of drags in places. A third act's kind of a mess. It's like they wanted to go for a weird, outlandish, screwball-y type of climax. But the best they got is he skydives and then Tommy just leaves. Like that's the resolution. He just gives up and then they love each other, I guess. But he's still a deadbeat loser with a crippling gambling addiction. Like we established that they're still in a lot of trouble. So I don't know what you're supposed to take away from it. It's not like a feel good rom-com. So yeah, I don't really know why the critics are so high on this movie. Like you said, it was that overall score was like a 35 from the audience, and that's where I'm at. Like it's not good.
Yeah,
kind of feel like this movie's relegated to the forgotten category of some of these older Cage movies, and that's where it deserves to be, in my opinion. So,
agreed. Yeah,
I forget what we gave It Could Happen to You, but I feel like it was kind of the same spot where it was just kind of like, it's not great, it's not terrible, it's just not.
This one's worse to me because it's like it's uncomfortable. Like it's not. At least in It Could Happen to You, you kind of like the main characters.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They're like
this one you don't like
two
anybody.
wholesome people, and that movie. Yeah, this movie is like, ugh. I just started to cringe every time James Caan touched her.
Yeah, and then she sort of reciprocated, and then didn't, and then it's like when she pulls back, he becomes abusive, and it's just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just seems so like at the end he's just so desperate to marry her. And it's like
I'll give you $1 million.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, are we supposed to then sympathize with him? Like he actually wants love, he actually cares about her. He doesn't. Like he just wants her as an object because it's like a replacement for his Donna. But
yeah,
the fuck are we supposed to take away from it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Other than just feeling off-put, which is the whole movie is like. So that's not the feeling that you want when you're watching a rom-com or a comedy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cage, I'm with Vince. I'll give him a 6 because he was cagey and he got to. Other than that, he's just middle of the road. He's a good everyman, I guess, for the role of Jack. But there are moments when he just gets to kind of freak out a little bit, and you feel the exacerbation he's feeling when he's in this shitty situation that he put himself in. So you can't really feel sorry for him, but at least he seems to be having fun with the role, and you can kind of enjoy some of his antics. Like you said, the 5 pools are here. And, you know, like, oh, great. I feel so happy for him. And like, you know, that kind of stuff is fun.
Yeah.
They will drug you.
It's a jungle over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's just it. It's not a memorable Cage performance, but it's a Cage performance, and that's what you get for a movie like this, I think. So yeah, I don't want to harp on it or praise it anymore.
It weirdly became iconic with Cage, mostly for the flying Elvis thing and like his connections to Elvis and Lisa Marie Presley and all that stuff. But I don't know.
Vegas.
And Vegas, yeah.
Vegas, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Leaving Las Vegas kind of is a more respected movie for good reason from that era. But yeah. On my Cageometer, I waffled, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4. It's just not a very enjoyable movie. I do feel like there's parts that I liked. I thought some of the zaniness was fun. Like the Peter Boyle shit and fucking Pat Morita showing up for some reason. And I don't know, but at the same time, like I just felt like we were just saying, like I just felt uncomfortable. The relationship with his mom, the relationship between James Caan and Sarah Jessica Parker, like it felt weird and forced, and Like
Yeah.
her sudden change to be like, sure, yeah, I'll marry you instead of the guy I was gonna marry that I've been with for years because I've known you for a week because you took me to Hawaii and spent a lot of money on me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've just like, honestly, you fell in love with Hawaii. You didn't fall in love with James Caan. And I feel like that's exactly what he was going for. It was like, oh, Hawaii will make people fall in love no matter what. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to get from this movie. Like, what's the lesson? And like we said, the send off is just kind of like, what? So he's just going to go back to being a private eye in New York and gambling and
with a lot more money problems now.
Yeah.
And the mob after him, apparently, or
maybe. Who knows, man? I don't know. So yeah, I think a 4 is about the highest I can give it. As far as Cage, like, I'm not going to quite go to a 6, but I mean, his cagey moments were enjoyable. So I'm giving it a 5, but sometimes they took me out and just reminded me of what an asshole and what a piece of shit his character is. Like, we're supposed to be rooting for this guy. And like, he just seemed like a complete asshole. And like, characters are cheering for him for screaming in a guy's face. Like,
well, I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there, but
like,
Jesus Christ, man. He's so over the top in moments that it just takes me out. Like, I don't know. I feel like he might be just as hot-headed as James Caan's character, but at least he's like calm about his abusiveness. Cage's character feels like he could just go off the rails and punch her in the face. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. It's just not a great movie. I remembered it more fondly than it turned out to be on this watch. I don't know. I feel like it's better just kind of forgotten in the pantheon of Cage performances, mostly because it's just icky. I don't know. Yeah. It just felt icky.
Icky.
It made me feel freaky all night long.
Mahi says it make me feel icky.
Here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for. These are the cagiest moments of the film.
This is unbelievable.
You're unbelievable. I want to get you in that room, tear the bedspread off. Yoo-hoo! Can I get a room?
You went in there with $500, right? We had this whole discussion.
I had a straight flush! Hey, how you doing? Do you know what a straight flush is? It's like unbeatable.
Like unbeatable is not unbeatable.
Hey, I know that now, okay?
Don't yell at me!
This is nuts!
$20, Black Eagle. Place your bet.
Hi, old timer. Are you feeling lucky?
Actually, I'm not.
Only for a few days.
Come on, you're so, like, blithe about this all of a sudden, like you don't give a damn!
Of course I'd give a damn, but this was not my idea, okay, Jack? Poker was not my idea.
Would you please stop crucifying me with this?
See my bag?
He's gonna jump all over you the second he gets there.
Oh, no, let him please, Jack. Give me a little credit.
He'll overcome you. I mean, what happens if you start screaming? It's like a jungle over there! He probably has servants and bodyguards, and believe me, they will drug you!
He's
Grabbing her, touching her, fondling her, groping.
Shut up! Are you trying to give me a heart attack? You're not even flying today?
No. Consumer Reports said that if you make your travel arrangements 2 weeks in advance at the airport...
this line? We're all flying today.
Please, sir, if you don't get back on...
Then what? I'll be arrested? Put in airport jail? Just get your ticket and move on, okay? Get your goddamn ticket and move on!
My name Mahi.
Like the fish?
Yeah, my father was a fisherman.
My father left home when I was 5. That's why I'm named Jack. Doesn't Jack tell your mother I'm just going out to get the paper?
Kabluna.
Kabluna.
Listen, Mahi, I don't have time for this horse shit. Hey, Jack, no make insult for the chief, okay? This man get plenty influence in this place, you know.
Influence? He lives in a shack!
Side, there's so many beautiful things to see, you know.
Really?
Yeah, we got the 5 reflecting pools of Ma'aona.
The 5 pools are here?
Yeah.
Jesus! Corman's address is near Kapa'a. Is it Kapa'a or Kapa'a? Is it 2 A's or is it AAA or AA? 2 A's.
Are you a friend of Dad's or Betsy's?
Both, actually.
They're really great together. So good to see Chris's dad in love.
Yeah.
Well, that's just so wonderful to hear. Okay.
And with that, we close the book on yet another season of One Cage at a Time. I know I've said it many times, but I can't believe that we've been doing this for 5 fucking years, dude.
Now they're gonna have significant others.
God. Yeah. We're at 75 episodes with at least 50 to go. At this rate, we'll be 70, especially with Nick just fucking cranking out. Like, I feel like he's slowed down a little bit since he got out of Tet, but he's still, like, who asked for gunslingers?
Yeah.
Like, all of these movies.
He's going to be doing something. Like, even if he does 2 or 3 of those a year where he's on set for like a week.
Yeah.
That's 3 movies a year, you know.
Exactly.
We have to cover. It's not a lot of work for him, but you know, it's still a few movies a year.
Still work for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go, as is tradition around here at One Cage at a Time, we need to celebrate finishing another season the same way Nick celebrates wrapping every film he stars in with the succulent meal of champagne. Got our champagne. And Kentucky Fried Chicken. Which I will remind you, if you are a fan of this show, that is the succulent meal that August Coppola brought back home when Nick was 9. Back when in the 70s when we were a lawless society.
Family.
Champagne.
I'm gonna pop the cork. There we go.
I always do that in the kitchen because I'm afraid it's going to explode everywhere. So I don't want to do it in front of camera and have champagne all over my computer.
That's why I never do it in front of the camera. I explode in my bedroom usually.
Yeah.
Anybody that's interested, I'll be exploding on camera on my OnlyFans.
We got to pay for this show somehow.
Patreon content.
Patreon.OnlyFans.
Before I dig into my chicken, as is tradition, I'd like to propose a toast. First to Nicolas Kim Coppola Cage himself, without whom we wouldn't have this excellent excuse to make dumb jokes and hang out with each other on a weekly basis. And then to our significant others who have had to endure us forcing them to watch films like Between Worlds and Firebirds. And put up with us devoting years, literally years of our lives to this ridiculous endeavor. To the viewers / listeners at home who have joined us for even a moment of this journey, even though we talk a lot and dress like 13-year-olds, just knowing that there's anyone else out there who's enjoying this ride even a tiny bit as much as we are is always fun to see. And the biggest toast goes to Nigel and Vince, who make me laugh on a daily basis. You guys are my best and dearest friends, and I love you both very much. Cheers.
Cheers.
You were expecting a joke there, weren't you?
Yeah, we were.
At least a little one.
Yeah.
And you also make me bust in my bedroom. Sorry. Since we actually had a full roster this season, and not just a bunch of kids' movies like we did last year, I figured we'd go back to what we've been doing at the end of most of our seasons and watch a little veggie medley of our favorite cagey moments throughout the season in no particular order. Take it away, Nick.
Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. Who?
Last night I flew. I really know what it feels like to fly.
Oh, you flew? How you flew? Think you broke my beautiful nose, fucker!
If it was anybody but me, you'd be dead.
Draped in your jewelry and your fine furs. But I'm...
Sup?
Joe, do you want a beer?
Does the Tin Man have a sheet metal cock?
Hi, Rick Santoro. Hello, Richard Santoro. I'm Ricky!
You want my blood? You want my blood? I mean, we haven't had anything to do with making our own lives. Fuck!
I like rain.
I like rain too.
What the hell does that have to do with getting strangled?
Could have just destroyed a whole fucking family.
I destroyed a family. I destroyed a family! I did!
Oh, excuse me, Lincoln. Would you drink a glass of water or something? You're lying so much, your mouth dried up in you, and you're making that funny, that smacking sound.
I have to take a piss.
Put your fucking pants on! You gross!
Well, I don't know what makes you say that, but... I am the greatest. 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 Sarah. 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 Sarah.
Joe, baby, don't.
Sarah.
Baby.
Not fucking interrupt me! God damn it! I told you that in the car! You're always running off at the mouth! You got a motor mouth! There's a motorboat stuck in your mouth! Just shut up! Sit the fuck back down! Wife and daughter, you like?
Oh, beautiful.
Oops, they're dead. Hail Satan.
I always feel weird about eating on camera.
Hey man, there's big money in that.
I was gonna say we should do a mukbang show.
Yeah, that one dude made bank off of that. Anyway, that's it for this episode of One Cage at a Time. As always, be sure to drop us an email at onecagepodcast@gmail.com to let us know if we missed anything, or hit us up with suggestions to improve the show, comments, compliments, or simply to gush about the legend that is Nicolas Cage. Next season, we've decided to do things a little different again. Normally, we watch a random assortment of Cage films chosen through his illustrious career. But there are a handful of films that I have been actively avoiding for the 5 years that we've been doing this show. And I figured, why not just line them all up and get them all out of the way at once so we never have to think about them again. Swallow the frog, as they say.
Feels like a mistake.
This is gonna fucking suck, man. I'm really not looking forward to this. I'm talking movies like Army of One, Left Behind, World Trade, etc. Films with either delicate subject matter or movies that are just straight up garbage, such as the film that we'll be starting with, the 2020 dumpster fire, and the film I think might end up with the lowest rating we ever give a film on this show, Jiu-Jitsu, or Jiu-Shitsu, as I've been calling it. Nick plays an absolute fucking lunatic who helps guide a bunch of no-name actors in a battle royale against an alien using jujitsu in a film that somehow cost $25 million to make, but looks like it should have been a double feature with Sharknado.
That movie cost $25 million?
$25 million. It had to have been a money laundering thing.
There's a fucking GoPro shot in there.
That was like a Chinese production, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Another one of those Outcast style white savior films. I've nicknamed at least the first half of season 6 the season of suck, or season sucks. But the sooner we watch these, the sooner we can be free of the dread that comes with thinking someday we'll have to talk at length about Nick being trapped in the rubble of the World Trade Center.
That's like taking bad medicine or a Band-Aid. Just got to get it over with.
Hey, dude.
We just got to get it
or
done.
Sword fight with an alien, or talk about Russell fucking Brand. Ugh. Personally, I'm dreading the breakdowns for those films. And it may be the thing that gets us canceled, because I don't know if I'll be able to hold my tongue when... How am I supposed to not make a 9/11 joke during World Trade?
Possibly the worst tragedy that Bin Laden's responsible for.
It's true.
Terrible
It's true.
film. Yeah.
It's been 20... At that point, it'd be, like 20-something years. Please.
Things are funny after 20 years.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. It's scientifically proven.
Right on. All right.
Plus, the fucker's dead, so we got our justice.
We did. All right. Anyways, make sure to check out Jiu-Jitsu wherever fine films are sold, or on your streaming service of choice. I feel like it's worth watching just to be like, holy shit, I think I saw the worst Nick Cage movie he ever made.
I'll just put it this way. It is worse than Between Worlds and Outcast, and I fucking hate Outcast.
Yeah, it's really bad. I feel like it might be a 0.
Worse than Arsenal?
Oh,
yes.
way. I'd watch Arsenal a million times over this pile of shit. Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little morbidly excited.
I will say it was originally supposed to be in season 2, and then I watched it, and I was like, nope.
Not doing this.
Yeah. Not doing that. Not sitting through that thing again.
We need a little bit more seasoned with dealing with shovels of shit before we tackle that one, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I needed some practice. And I feel like I needed USS Indianapolis in order to get to World Trade, because writing about it and disassociating the shitty movie with the actual events, I learned a lot of lessons through that. So, anyways, until next year, we'll say goodbye the way we do each and every episode with our Nicolas Cage quote of the film. Cheers one more time.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Guys.
Happy 5 years.
Happy 5 years.
I don't know what anniversary that is, if it is one.
Anal.
10 anniversary.
I think it's the anal anniversary.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to meet up in Patrick's spare room and spray mustard and ketchup on each other.
Come into a room and I'll be like that guy in the jail cell. Just passed out face first.
Yeah. That would be great. I just walk by and smack him.
Always remember, e ho'opuka ina alelo mai kai, vale no mai hao vaha'apu. It means always have the good words come out of your mouth, brother.
That just doesn't help me at all, but I appreciate the thought.
Aloha, brother!
Thanks for listening to One Cage at a Time. Visit us online at onecageatatime.com or follow us on the social media platform of your choice for more Nicolas Cage goodness. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you really like the show, become a member of our Patreon, where you can download unedited and ad-free episodes, as well as listen to our follow-up show, Back Into the Cage, where we re-examine each movie to discuss what we missed the first time around, answer listener questions, and wax poetic about the man, the myth, the legend that is Nicolas Cage.
Okilani. Okilani.
Oh, well, Loki.
You were from mainland.
That's right.
Do you find Chief Orman attractive?